rest of us too.
Yes.
Angel.
The light is only for Anna.
Only for bronze. An airplane.
Yeah. There we go.
Wow, look at us.
Ooh, lovely.
Are we live?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Hello,
Hi guys, everybody.
Look at
This is not gal pals anymore. This is dog pals.
Dog Pals.
Puppy bow.
Puppy pals. Wow, you're so much more clever than me.
Well, no, I just know alliteration really well.
All right.
So I do
Hi,
know-
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
We are the
Everybody,
creators
everybody.
here.
Let's wait
Welcome
till
to our live stream.
let's wait till some more people join.
Okay.
So far we have 63.
Hi, wow.
Hi, wow,
Hello,
that's
guys.
Yeah, quite a few. 77. One like.
One like. Wow, it's for Sophia. Being the
87.
pirate, being the
Once we get, if we get to up to 100, we'll still get some started. 92.
Introduce everybody. You are so full of energy. Oh. Fighting for attention.
These are our daughters, the gal pals.
These are the gal pals mascots.
Daughters.
Cool.
Hey, Suki. Hey, guys.
Hi guys.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Hi. Welcome, everybody, for still joining us.
Guys, this is Callie and Sarah's new place.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Welcome to
Super
my
cute.
home.
Humble
Gorgeous.
abode.
Hi everyone. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Sarah.
I'm Callie.
We're the creators and writers of Gal Pals. And then
These
girls.
are our dogs. Sorry.
They'll calm down. And then for those of you who don't know the girls, they can go ahead and introduce themselves. I'm sure everyone knows who they
Everyone
are.
Okay, what's up? I'm Scarlett Red and I play Olivia.
I'm Katie Aaron. I play Addison.
I'm Anna Wyatt and I play Dylan.
I'm Katie Lindsteiner.
I play Bee.
Yay! So, welcome to this little Q&A live stream. Unfortunately, there is no new episode this week, sadly, but it will be up and ready for you next Wednesday, as usual. So, in lieu of that, we are doing a little Q&A about season 2 and hanging out with y'all for a little bit this evening. First things first.
Yay! First things first, the streamies. You guys, we just realized that you can vote every day.
Every single day.
So do it if you want. Go to streamies.org/fan. And then from there,
Should we?
Sorry about this, guys.
From there you can select Gal Pals.
I'm putting a link in the. I'm putting a link in the comments.
Okay, Sarah will link you guys in the comments. Is it going to be the pre-filled out link?
Yeah.
Sweet. So all you have to do is click on that baby every day and vote for us.
Or do you have 2 email addresses? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Do you have a spam email? If you have that old AOL email? I would bite you back.
If you know your mom's email address, I know my mom's email address, but
No.
My mom's voting every day.
my mom has been voting every day though. So thanks, mom. for
Are
watching.
your moms voting every day?
My mom doesn't know how to work the internet.
Well,
My
mom
mom's
is
voting
the
every day.
internet, but I also didn't know what merch was, so I guess like.
Oh, never forget.
you never forget when Anna didn't know what merch was.
Hi guys.
Guys, what is
Yeah.
merch? What is merch?
Do you know now?
I do. It's merchandise. Good. That took a while.
Did
My freshman year, I lived with a guy named Merch on my dorm in Florida.
No way.
I did.
Oh, Kitty's mom says, I love Anna's new hair. Kitty Scotter's mom.
This is actually Blana.
Thank you.
Blonde Anna.
that's her new nickname?
I'm not sure if she's embracing it or not, but she hasn't objected. I actually told Randy last night.
I think it's
Everyone's
cute.
calling me Blana. I was like, it's so cool to call it every nickname. Love it.
Cool. Great. So the link has been posted and you just have
The
to
link is posted.
just click the link and fill out your name and email.
Or your friend's name and email.
Or lie about who you are and make a fake persona that of the name you wanted to be. You know?
Well, any email.
Like sure,
We're not telling you to lie.
Well, I'm just saying if you don't want them to know your name because you're a secret
Because you're
spy,
a secret
you
spy.
can name yourself something cool like Tunia.
Cool.
Petunia.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, our dogs are freaks.
Everyone, this is Suki, and she's available for adoption.
In the LA area.
Adopt a dog shop.
If you're in the LA,
The LA area.
in the LA area, consider adopting Suki.
She's very cute.
She's very cute, and she
She's
was wild
very
earlier,
sweet.
but I just calmed her down because she's the best.
And you can make a mohawk on her head.
Yes,
You can, yeah.
It's a
Oh.
lot of fun.
She's
All right, let's get started on some of the questions. We have had people we asked on our social media platforms some questions, and we got quite a few. So we will go ahead and get started on the Q&A.
All right. Anna Wyatt. Toter.
I'm Wyatt.
Wyatt Toter.
Acting.
Wyatt. What was your favorite scene to shoot from season 2?
Oh my goodness. Oh man, I really liked episode 4, which is already out. I thought that scene was fun, crying and dancing, fake dancing in the car was hilarious, and working with Katie, and just like everything was so much fun. It was ridiculous. We were just crying and staring at each other's boobs, and it was hilarious.
It's not scripted that I stare at her boobs.
But we ended up all doing. I stared at everybody's boobs that day, and that's what happened. It was inspiration for the series. It was funny. It was really. It pushed me. It was fun. It was also episode 6, but you don't know what that's about, so get ready. It's gonna be great.
Cool. Same question. Scarlet Red. What was your favorite scene to shoot in season 2?
You know, season 2 was shot over the course of like 11 or 12 days, and they kind of all blurred together. So my favorite was definitely the escape room. That one, I felt like I feel like. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I feel like the lead into that question was, I don't know, the whole season was fun, and then you had like such a
I forgot that happened, but it did. No, okay, yeah. So the escape room was the best. I had never been in one, and I still have yet to actually participate in one as like.
Wow,
You're
such a good actor.
No, thank you. Thank you. It was honestly so easy.
So we got the murdery one.
We did get the murdery one. That is something that like I do not relate to with Olivia. I'm not. Well, I think because of Olivia, now I'm into like crime podcasts and stuff like that. But seeing like what their tricks were and like the dead things that were like hidden around was mind blowing.
Plus, we got to talk to we got to talk to the people that work there about like the classic tropes of like the classic like patterns of like what people fall for and like where they search that.
Yeah, like the tricks in the escape room that people like always get stuck on.
Yeah, like how often do you get to actually sit down and talk to somebody who works at an escape room to be like, we watch people look like, dum-dums sometimes. Like,
because I didn't know this, but you actually have somebody watching you the whole time and kind of like giving you hints of you.
Which, unless you're like in the room with the person that's in the escape room, that must look so silly. Like, you're literally watching like the sped up version. You're like actually watching that. Like you get paid to do that. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that was really
I feel like
fun.
that would be cool, like the first time, and then be like,
Yeah, you'd probably be like, they all do the same thing.
I still want to go as like a
Group activity.
As a group activity.
Yeah,
Because
we
we have to do it timed.
I will not
I'm
do it.
very competitive.
I will.
We have to win.
I will
we
go.
All right.
literally.
Literally, I will kill you if you.
So Katie, same question.
Favorite scene of film? I definitely, hands down, my favorite scene of film was our scene together in episode 4, because you guys, Anna is really amazing. Like, I knew she was amazing, like as a person, but there were like in between takes, I was like, okay, but really, are you okay? Like, these tears were like coming out of her face, and I was so like into it in the scene, and I was like inspired as an actor, and like it's like such a silly scene, but like we as characters, especially Anna's character, is like in it. She's like going through it in that moment, and Anna was going through it, and I was like, it was so cool to like watch you work through that scene, because it was really incredible. And I got to say my favorite line.
I was gonna say, and I got to watch her literally like feel completed as a human being.
I
She got to say a certain line, walking off into the distance.
It was.
The sun was like shining in her hair, just like slow mo. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I was such a diva too. I was like, Remsen, make sure I look fucking good when I say this line.
That's amazing.
I was kind of a diva. But yeah, that was my favorite.
She could film nothing for the rest of her life, and she would still feel complete in that moment on that day. Honestly, I feel like that's true for all of us. At the end of Gal Pals, it's just like, yeah, they made her dream come true.
Yeah, it is. This show has been a lot of dreams come true for me for sure.
Katie Stoddard.
Well, there's a season or episode 6. The with you was fun. So much fun. Like the bleachers. You guys are gonna die.
But there's this one scene that we did later on. It's bathroom scene that you'll know when you see it. That was really cool because
Sounds gross.
Remsen wanted to get like a mirror shot, and I as a film fanatic, if I ever see like movies or TV shows or short film, any kind of film where they do a mirror shot, I'm done. I'm always so impressed because it's so hard to not get anything in the reflection, like the camera, and everybody was working so hard, and we were in this tiny bathroom, and everyone was sandwiched in this shower, and like you can't tell because like they hid it so well. But I don't know, it was like a dream come true of mine to like be involved in watching a mirror shot. Like that was like so huge for me as like such a film nerd
That's really
to watch that. Yeah.
Now, pals, where dreams come true.
How was shooting season 1 different than season 2?
It was so different.
Yeah.
Season 1, we shot over, it was like the total amount of time it took to shoot season 1 was like 6 months because we were all just shooting on the weekends. We didn't know each other. Like we had just gotten cast off of auditioning,
Right.
and we were just shooting on the weekends. We were going around everybody's work schedule, and
So we would go weeks without seeing each other.
yeah, there were a couple scenes that we that had like months in between.
We had to reshoot some stuff.
We had to teach Anna how to wear deodorant because that was rough.
Just kidding.
We didn't have and so for
I don't think I really saw you in season 1. I don't think we had any scenes together.
we had one scene together, and it was the party scene. And it took us we shot most of season 1 over like 3 or 4 months, and then there was a 3-month hiatus before we shot that scene.
Yeah.
And season 2, we shot it all within the course of 2 weeks, except for one pickup day, which was like just a couple weeks later. So it was like much more professional all around, not in the sense that like we were more professional, because we were like a closer knit family by season 2. So if anything, it was like more familial. But we we just had like a regular work schedule, like normal call times, and then the next day you would come in, and then we would work for a week, and then the only people who didn't have a normal schedule were Sarah and Callie because they didn't give themselves any weekends. So,
So us and then Remsen and Bishop and a few other crew members, we didn't have a break and wanted to die.
I'm
But
not the
our-
only people here.
Our beautiful, our product is worth it because it's great. We're
Yeah.
very proud of it. So it
So
was
your product or your apartment?
Really?
Because I mean, this is a great apartment, but I didn't know that's what was happening here.
We just had so much fun filming. I personally didn't want it to end. I didn't want to go back to my real job. I was like, this is the best.
This is your real job. This
Yes.
is just as real as your other
Right?
Your other job's just a side hustle.
I mean, side hustle.
Yeah.
Day job, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry if you're being growling, that's our dogs. They're just playing incredibly rough.
Yeah.
They're fine though. It's aggressive.
It's like the Coliseum in here.
But yeah, I mean, season 2 also felt more natural because everyone like knew each other and really had a great vibe. I mean, they have amazing chemistry. So it was really easy.
Also, we have like a billion more characters this season.
Yeah.
We did. That was different. That was
Like,
really different. That
It
was really
totally brings
different.
different like style and energy into the group, which is cool. And like everybody that's come on has been awesome, like an awesome addition. It didn't feel like, oh, who's that person? It's just like, oh my goodness, everyone's so cool and fun to work with. So
Also story-wise, we were able to like have a little bit of a second storyline with like Edison's eviction notice and everything like that. So that was fun to be able to like kind of do more with your character and like other characters and stuff, other than just focusing on one storyline.
Yeah, our family also grew because we got Bronte and Bishop on board for like that. I mean,
That's our script supervisor and our sound.
yeah. So they're like, and they were there again like all the time. So
They're both incredible.
Yeah, if you guys
Incredible.
watched any of our Instagram stories while filming, you probably saw them
Mhm.
on there.
yeah, and
They're
they're
awesome. Great
like
people.
great to know. Yeah, more people. And then this season we did so much more like improv. We were playing
oh my
around
gosh, we
so
did.
much more
We did.
because we know the characters. Now we all like have a trust in each other to like work with, instead of just being like, who's this other actor, or like, who did we hire to be our
We kind of
actors?
knew like what the boundaries were
Yeah.
that we could like play with, not
Yeah.
necessarily like just with like the other people, but like with ourselves too.
Like Anna went ham one day. Literally ripped
You mean
structures
day
apart.
one, literally my first day on set.
Yeah.
Are the dogs? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hope you guys
I know,
can
I
hear us over
just
there.
asked that.
Can you
Um,
hear us?
Can you hear us okay?
Wait, what did you say about
Okay.
I was gonna say
The
something
boundaries
about
that we
And
were
then
able to play with.
Oh, the other thing is, it was a whole year before we shot season 2, and so all of us just grew as like actors, director, producer, like
Friends.
we and friends, like we all like. It was really cool to come back after a year and work together again, because we've been friends the whole time, but to like be on set all together as a family again and see how each of us like grew in that year as actors was really cool.
Yeah.
Like we all like clearly like the whole thing just felt elevated.
It did.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. How long did it take us to film the whole season?
11, 12 days.
Yeah.
12 days total. We shot 11 straight days.
And then like a pickup day.
Okay, they just came in with a binge.
I know.
Dogfight break.
But not actual dog fighting, because that's illegal and
We didn't
Yeah.
joke it. They
I gave
chose.
Sophia one.
Okay.
So we'll play together.
All right. What advice would you give your characters this season? Let's start with Anna.
No.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good question. I like that question.
Wait, go. I'll be last. I have to think about this. I'm not ready.
Okay, Katie, Sutter.
I think I would tell B like, dude, you need to like take some like alone time. Go be by yourself. Like go sit in a park with a latte and listen to some Radiohead and mellow out. I feel like I don't know. I feel like she's just so like she's such a strong person, but she veers away from that so often and clings to relationships and then drives them into the ground with being unhealthy with her like choices about how she treats these people, that she needs like self-reflection to understand the golden rule of like, how do I want to be treated? Because people are like, treat people the way you want them to be treated. I don't think she understands how she truly wants to be treated. And that's why she has a hard time like treating Dylan well, or paying attention to Aya, who's obviously like interested, and she's kind of like, well, she's just very selfish. But I don't think she's a selfish person. I just think that she doesn't understand how to be appropriately treated because of her past or because of her self-image. So I think she needs a latte in the park.
Latte in the park. Edison, what advice for Edison? What advice would you give?
to Edison? It's funny because I'm also really bad at money, so any advice that you guys have for Edison, let me know. But put some in savings. I think that I would probably, like, as bad as I can be with money, my philosophy now, later in life, has come to be, like, it's just money, it's just things, and like, just let that go and focus on, the people around you and your experiences and the moments that you're having. So I think that would be my advice to Edison, is to just like, don't stress, like things will work out, and focus, like don't focus on money, and don't focus on your image, because she's like clearly obsessed with her image, and I think that's why she's so upset about her financial situation. I don't think it's because she's worried about not being able to pay rent. I think that she's worried about people finding out that she can't pay rent. And so I think my advice would be not to focus on your image, and to focus instead on the people who care about you regardless of your image.
Solid.
Real quick, Sky Girl 22. Who are all of those other people? I'm Callie, and this is my girlfriend Sarah. We wrote and directed Gal Pals, produced it, the whole thing.
Created it.
That's who we are. These
Yeah.
are our dogs.
They're the brains.
They're
Oh,
part
nice.
these other people. They're kind of a big deal.
These little people. This is Suki. Someone also asked what breeds they are. This is like a terrier mix. Suki type. I don't know. Terrier.
Yeah, terrier.
Terrier or something.
I think she has
Rat.
hair, not fur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole debate.
And she doesn't have a slimy tongue either. It's like nice.
But her,
Great.
her hair feels like a rat.
And
Well,
this
he's
little one
one.
is Sophia. She's
A pug chihuahua
a
mix.
pug and chihuahua mix.
And a sass.
You're cute too, Suki.
Okay.
All right.
Advice.
Sure.
Oh,
Advice for
Advice
Olivia.
for Olivia.
I think Olivia loves B in the most plutonic but like intense way that you can love a best friend for years and years and years. But I think she needs to pump the brakes and like mind her own business a little bit, because when her life takes a turn, or when anything ends up happening, she like has a little habit of making it about herself, which I can 100% relate to. Which is why you shouldn't invest all of your emotional energy into somebody else's life, because then somehow, like in a weird warped way, you end up making it about you, because you should have been focused on yourself the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my advice.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, now I have Dylan's advice. Okay.
Yeah.
Know your worth.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
That's so good.
And then
It
add
is.
tax.
That girl.
yeah.
If you don't know your worth, you can't ask for what you want, and you can't move on in life.
Wow.
Know your worth, Dylan.
All that was great advice for your
Yeah.
characters. That was
You
awesome.
guys are.
That's also
amazing.
for anybody. Just know your worth. You're so worthy of so much more than you think.
Do you have any advice for me?
Know your worth, specifically with your finances.
No, hide the money.
Know your worth.
Save your money to take a break from your friends, to sit with a latte in the park and figure out your worth. They're just gonna use them off the
That's
amazing.
Goals. No, but you should really hide your money in your jacket pocket and stuff.
I do that.
It's every
Amazing.
Christmas, all of my winter jackets, I throw a 20 in there for next year.
Oh, I love that.
So
That's
that
smart.
when you like get in that coat, you're like, oh, it's so cold, I hate my life.
Okay.
$20 bill, you don't hear like
Or a party purse. Like keep a purse like tucked away that you just use for parties. That's like a small clutch or something that has like one of those like shoulder straps, and always keep like a 20 in there.
solid.
So you go out and you're like, oh my god, there's an entrance fee, and you're like, no problem.
forget.
Emergency.
Well, that's why you do it right. You know, it's like you put your winter coat away. You tuck it in, you fold it up, you put it in the closet.
Then I know it's there a week after I've done that.
I
It's
don't
like,
know.
oh, I need gas money.
Maybe it's just my brain. I don't know. I forget.
Anyway.
I've done that before. And my brain works like that.
Sorry.
Dang. If you could switch characters, who would you switch with? Particularly like season 2, you know? Let's start with Hannah.
Gary.
Why?
Because I'll ride the motorcycle.
Yeah.
On the back of everyone thinks she's so hot. What is her name? I always forget her name.
Victoria.
It's terrible. Victoria. She's
Yeah.
literally the best. Everyone's obsessed with her. So yeah.
All right, Katie.
And I want that slow mo.
Honestly, oh god. See, because I was gonna say Gary, but not so stupid.
It doesn't sound stupid.
Well, my answer wasn't stupid. So.
Do you have different reasons?
Part of me, well, I just love Gary. I feel like I am him.
You should say your dad because he's kind of Gary-ish.
But well, that was my other thing, and I think honestly, B's mom.
That's what I was
Because
gonna say.
Well, now you're gonna sound stupid.
I don't know, like it would be interesting to explore that role. You know, like I feel like as a woman and having like predominantly, or not predominantly, but a lot of women friends, we've always kind of talked about like, we always had like we're frustrated with our mom at one point. And so I've heard a lot of different friends have a lot of different like overbearing moms, or like some sort of issue with their mom that like, or a parent that makes them like imperfect in a sort of way. Dad's work too. But like, yeah, that would be the tension between B and her mom is so
It's such an interesting
like,
dynamic.
yeah, it'd be interesting to explore.
Well, I was gonna say B's mom, but now I'm gonna sound stupid. No, I was gonna say, now I really actually don't know how to answer this question. I would switch with B because she gets the most on-screen action.
I thought you were gonna say on-screen time.
No.
I would.
I was gonna be like, oh, okay. But on-screen action is also true.
I just want to be. I mean, like that's not like any better of an answer. Both of those are gross things
You're
to
just
say.
thirsty. It's not. Plus, like,
It's
look
fine.
at Anna.
No, I was gonna say B's mom because I want to play a villain.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good too. Well, I would switch. Everybody else is gone, right?
Yeah.
I would definitely switch with either Dylan or Edison because as much as it's like implied and canon that Olivia is queer, her queerness is not explored. Really, I think like yes, we're trying to figure out who she's interested in, but I like that. You know, Edison is like kind of pursuing something with Maddie maybe, and like Dylan is coming into like her sexuality, and I'd like to like do that as an actor, not just like a person. We know who's gay here.
Dog butt in my face.
There she is. Who has the most bloopers on set? What do you guys think?
I definitely think it's me because I think that you guys are all so hysterical and I break characters.
Katie does laugh a lot.
I laugh at
Me
everything.
too.
I'm bad at my job.
What was the one? There was one where when Bee's sneaking out of the house and Edison stops her where we were going and we were going back and forth, and they were like, do quicker this time, like whatever.
Oh, yeah.
One of them we go back and there was a plane overhead, and so I held for plane, and Katie goes, I think you thought we were improvising.
I had
You were
no
like-
idea what was happening.
She just goes, B,
Oh,
B, hello?
Wait,
Yeah.
what was that? What
It's that scene in episode 4 where I stop her on
Oh.
her way to
And I was
Aya.
Katie, airplane.
Because no one said
Do you remember that?
no one said hold for plane. Katie just
everyone
heard
could
the
hear
plane and like intuited that she needed to hold while the plane flew over it. And I did not do that because I was in the moment and I was just like,
So many planes all
B,
the time.
where are you going? Why didn't you? Yeah, it was
She's
really
like kept asking
embarrassing.
questions like, B, are you okay? What's going on?
it's so funny.
It was really embarrassing.
In
funny.
episode 6, when Parisa and I were we were about to shoot, both of you guys were like, can we get some BTS footage? And I heard you say it and I didn't register, so I just started improvising the whole time. And they like stopped and like, okay, we're ready to shoot now. What a waste of time, Anna. And I was like, what? And I was so proud of my improv, and then it was just,
Oh, but do they have it?
I don't know.
I don't know, somewhere.
It didn't make the cut. So.
We have it somewhere. It's gone forever. Somewhere. Favorite location to film season 2?
Escape room.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, escape room's fun.
Oh, the coffee shop. We
cool.
we shot in this
Yeah.
for a couple of scenes. We doubled it. There's a scene where me and Maddie are in the coffee shop. It's this ice cream shop in downtown LA called Peddler's Creamery.
Yeah, shout
And-
out to Peddler's Creamery.
Yeah, they were awesome enough to let them use the location. And it's like the most LA hipster thing I've ever heard of. You go in and you get on like a bike and pedal for ice cream or something.
Yeah, no, the pedal churns the ice cream
It
in the back,
churns
and like
you like
They have
churn
on
your
it.
own ice cream with a stationary
It was
bicycle.
really
How long does that take a customer to do?
I mean, I don't think
The
it's
customer doesn't put
per cup. I think
Yeah.
I think the
Employees
employees
do
do it.
Oh, I
But
thought the customer.
like
You can do it.
exercise at work, okay. You know.
Okay, yeah, it's cool for an
It's
employee.
pretty.
I thought
shooting.
Yeah, I was also just.
Yeah, my favorite was also
Feeling
the
kind of in the
escape
dark.
room.
Can I move this?
Yeah, push it forward.
I'm finding my light. Wait, are we allowed to go by episode 6? Because I really like shooting now.
I mean, they know it's coming because
Okay,
Maybe we should have
The plot device.
the
We
gym.
had a court. We were at a gym.
Basketball court.
A
sports
complex.
Addison has been planning a charity game with Maddie, so it's not a
Yeah,
spoiler.
okay, yeah. So that was, I thought it was funny. But I did like the ice cream shop. For me, that was really cool to like watch everybody because I was in like a 5-second scene where I like bump into you guys at the coffee shop, which was hilarious filming, like grabbing Katie's face and shoving it. That's such a good shot. Dylan was so desperate for friends. But it was really cool because I showed up early, so I got to watch everybody else do their scenes because we shot a couple things there, and just like watching everybody in their element. And it was the first time I saw
Allison?
Yeah, on set, like working. So it was super cool.
Allison is also so funny.
Yeah.
Like she's like the most. She's the best improviser.
You guys, Allison Chang, follow her on Twitter, Instagram. What is her?
Allison Changsta.
Changsta. Allison Changsta on Instagram.
She's hilarious.
She plays Maddie.
Pretty sure it's just Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha Changsta?
No, she changed it.
I think it's
Allison, but
Allison.
she changed it so
Yeah.
people can find it easier.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's hilarious. I'm surprised that scene with the two of us turned out at all because I broke out laughing
She's so
almost
funny.
every single take.
Yeah.
So she would totally
Habbo
be
Hotel was
here,
only one of like
but-
the 8
She's
things.
Canadian and she had to go back to Canada. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
she just had to move back to Vancouver. Or she moved to Vancouver. She's from Toronto. So that's a big bummer. We miss you, Allison, if you're watching.
Allison, come back.
I miss you so much. Please come home.
Also, Parisa's not here right now. I mean, she's still in LA, but she's not currently here.
Yeah.
And another like great addition to the team. Like
Reese is amazing.
she actually is a real life Disney princess, except I think it's like she actually is.
She actually like
She actually does that.
She like
And
she
she's
was like
gorgeous.
on a cruise.
She was like on a cruise.
She's like super impressive.
She's like
And she
the
looks
musical
like a
theater
model.
mommy.
Yeah.
She's
You don't have to follow her on Instagram. She already has like a bajillion followers.
Like,
you shouldn't.
Is the next episode Bee's family dinner and the basketball game? The next episode is the dinner. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a really good guess.
Yeah, good guess.
And then the bachelor game will be following the dinner.
Will y'all ever come to London?
Are you gonna pay?
then
Who's paying?
I'll come. I have a passport.
Is that an invitation?
Is that what do you want us to
tickets.
come to London for?
We're coming.
What do you want us to come to London for?
Actually, wait. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I've said this before,
Sophie,
but
stop.
I have a friend who has a friend in London who has a queer dance party called Gal PALS. Like once a couple months, every couple months. So like if we ever came to London, we'd have to go to the Gal
Sounds
PALS
like we need to
dance party.
Wait, and I will say this: I am going to Europe during Christmas, so there's a chance I may be in London. But if I do come to London, it's
Everybody
when I
flock
only-
the streets.
I'll Snapchat. the crap out of it.
Hey, listen, you know what you could do to increase our chances of maybe one day, someday, going to London?
You vote for us.
You can nominate us for a STREAMY award.
You can.
every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every single
Until
day.
July 27th.
Yeah,
I believe
July
it's the
27th.
update. It's
I didn't know.
streamies.org/fans.
And
You
if
can
you
go
scroll up
there.
the comments, I think they
Yeah,
dropped
I
it.
just dropped it.
Nominate Gal PALS series for the comedic series award.
Category.
Gal PALS
Okay.
series. That's our channel name, so that's kind of important. We're not just Gal PALS, but we are. But it's Gal PALS
I've
series.
just been
Wait, you guys, I think literally.
I think-
oh, really? Oh.
I totally did.
Oh wow.
I've been
Do we
thinking
have
about
a Gal PALS series?
I mean, I'm sure it's the same. They're gonna
Yeah,
come out as
I'm
the
sure
same
they're
thing.
gonna
They're not
register
gonna-
it. You think
so?
Yes. Because there's not another series.
And it has to
called
be one of the
Gal
ones that someone submitted. And that's the only one that's. was
Oh, that's
submitted
true.
on Gal PALS.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Like people can't nominate a show that hasn't been submitted. It has to be
Great.
submitted. It has to be submitted.
Got it.
By
Got
a
it.
creator or whatever.
Ignore me.
Cool. So yeah, if you do that and then help us all win awards and get famous, and then we can do things like come visit fans in London.
We don't even have to get famous.
I don't
We
want
have
to be famous.
get
Not famous.
paid
famous.
the big bucks.
Just like, yeah, you know.
You know,
You
that
know.
YouTube money.
We just
That
wanna
YouTube
make-
red money.
We just want to make you guys more stuff. They want to write more things for you.
And meet you guys.
And we want to, Like, what if we all like chilled at a bookstore one day, and you just like came in and we were like, we have no books to sign, but let's talk at the pub.
I'll sign your
There's there's pubs everywhere, right?
I like where this
All
is
right,
going.
how many episodes will season 2 be? 100, please.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
it's not 100.
It's 99.
Saying that. We wish. It's 8 episodes.
No.
So we're halfway through.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halfway over, but you know what? It means we have twice as many to go.
And each episode, I mean, drum roll please, it gets funnier and funnier and funnier and funnier and funnier. So like,
And they're longer than last season too.
they are, and they're just so chock full of just
It's true.
Mhm.
that's
What she said. Just, yeah, that.
Yeah.
It's very ambiguous, but
you get it.
you got it.
Get it. Who is the hot biker chick?
Okay, so our hot biker chick is Victoria, aka
Ortiz.
the Puerto Rican ninja.
On Instagram. That's
I think it's just Puerto Rican.
it's Puerto Rican ninja.
Ninja with 2 N's. Is that right?
I literally
Yeah.
thought you guys were just calling her a Puerto Rican ninja.
Anna was so confused.
No, she goes by
Not
ninja.
so
She's-
wrong on so many counts.
That's her.
But she has
Instagram.
claimed that for herself, and that is
Yes.
okay.
Yes. She also goes by ninja. Like she also is a bartender, and she tells people to call her ninja.
That's
I
amazing.
think it's because she's
Have you
fourth
seen her
time.
mix drinks though?
She's
It's cool.
so cool.
She's like the flame stuff. Like
The coolest person. She's so cool.
She has some cool stuff coming up too. So
Yeah, she's
she's
also
gonna
in
be
a web
on-
series.
she's gonna be a character in a queer web series called Recon.
oh
And it's
yeah.
amazing.
It does look really good. I'm not sure when that comes out, but you can follow them. Recon web series.
on Instagram.
So look at that, more material.
Yeah.
Also, a little fun fact: she is actually the girlfriend of our script supervisor.
Yeah.
Bronte,
Who's
we were
also
talking
the
about
coolest
earlier.
girl ever.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Isn't Bronte going to London?
No, she's going to
Bronte's moving
DC.
to DC.
Washington,
Oh, to
She got a
DC.
job in
To
Capitol
fix
Hill.
our country.
Wow.
Yes.
About time somebody does.
Female voices harder to Capitol.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're an amazing couple. I have a crush on them as a couple.
Oh my
I
gosh.
see them and I'm like,
Their apartment is really freaking
Goals.
cute too.
Yeah. Also, Victoria can do like.
they also have a dog named Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
That's all you need to know.
Come on.
Who has an Instagram account? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
RBG dog.
Not to be confused with the other Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
So many Instagrams.
Are B and Dylan going to end up together?
Sounds like a spoiler.
Sounds
Sounds
it's
like
not
we
a
can't
question
answer
mark.
that.
Sounds
Sounds
like
like
you'll have to
something-
watch to find out.
Sounds like you gotta keep watching.
Will there be pets in the second season? Second season, there were no pets.
There are no pets in
Oh,
this series.
I registered that as third season.
I did too.
Season,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
If your character had a pet, though, what kind of animal would it be?
Ooh.
Olivia would have a chinchilla that she cannot get to stay in its cage.
That's such a good answer. Oh my god.
But it never gets hurt or leaves the house. It just
It's
You
just like you just walk in the apartment and it's just on top of the TV.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Daffodil, get down.
Daffodil, that's cute.
Daffy.
I named it Steven in my head. It's a female chinchilla, but its name is Steven.
Yeah.
And you're like, Steven.
Dylan
it's just, like,
would have a teacup dog.
Oh.
Named, I don't know, something
Paris Hilton.
No.
super. No. I don't know.
You would name it after some sort of Disney character. You would name it.
It would be like Belle.
What's the raccoon's name on Pokemon?
What did you just call it? Say it again. You said a.
Is it Pico?
It's Nico.
Nico.
That
You
sounds-
would name it Nico.
With the cookie?
Yeah, the one.
It would be a Pomeranian Husky teacup dog.
But she wanted you to
Yay
say
big.
It's a
She carries
raccoon.
around. A raccoon, not a raccoon.
Raccoon.
A raccoon.
I said raccoon.
You did say
I did
raccoon.
say
It's
raccoon.
very weird.
Um,
No,
Is there, okay, this question made Sarah and I laugh. Is there going to be a proposal?
Oh,
For
snap.
season 3?
Is
I hope
there?
so. Get it?
Wow.
I love proposals.
I want to know what makes you
From that.
ask. Is there going to be a proposal?
Yeah.
I like that too.
That's a vague question. That's like
I mean,
a proposal to move in together,
Yeah.
an actual proposal for marriage, a proposal to sign a document.
A proposal to rent out a facility in which to throw a queer dance party.
Is this? Do you guys think this is how the Sharman wedding happened in the L Word? Someone was like, "There should be a proposal," even though it was not prompted at
it
all.
was just like,
And they were like, "You know what? There should be." And they just wrote in this whole wedding storyline that didn't really go.
I think B would have an iguana.
Oh yeah.
To
Oh,
watch
cool.
it eat flies and
Low
stuff.
maintenance.
Yeah. Just sits there in the sun and you're just like, I feel you, dude.
Good listener.
Yeah. Sheds and you can pick it up and put it on Olivia. It's funny. Do they shed?
I think so. Yeah, they're
I
lizard.
think, reptiles will do.
Oh, they're reptile. Yeah.
I don't think Edison would have a pet because she can barely take care of herself.
I feel like she'd have a tarantula.
Or a rock.
No.
No, Edison would have like a
Maybe a
virtual
cat.
pet. Edison would still have a Neopet.
Edison would have a Neopet and be
Oh,
trying to make
yes.
it cool.
Yeah.
Or succulents, just like a bunch of
Oh,
succulents.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shit ton of succulents.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would. I feel like
Much
she would
like
be
the
into
actor who plays
succulents.
her.
What was the hardest scene to shoot of season 2?
The hardest scene.
Hardest.
Oh, I got one. I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to spoil anything. I just don't want to know if I ruined the illusion. But let's just say there was a scene
Oh,
that later led me to have some fun in the bathroom. That's all I'm going to say.
What?
wait, what?
That's
I got diarrhea after
I
shooting
know
the
what
scene,
you're.
and-
I know what you're saying.
Oh, she got. I think you
yeah.
mentioned
Like,
the
and
show.
not
I
like
was
in a dirty way.
I
No.
thought that was when you were eating all the Doritos on the couch.
Oh, okay. That one I didn't get sick
feel
to my
like this-
stomach, but that one was really hard too. Like, and I tried to do like the spit, like not the spit bucket challenge. That's not a thing. But
like
like,
the spit cup of like,
like where you like a spit cup where you like spit out
like they do
food.
at the food commercials and stuff.
Yeah, because you're not because it takes like an hour to shoot like a scene.
Yeah, you
If
get
you're
a
moving
lot
quickly.
of those.
So there were a couple food eating scenes that my stomach didn't handle very well
Oh.
afterwards. But it's okay. It wasn't my apartment. No. My apartment.
I think mine was my favorite. The one that I was the same. It's the same one that was my favorite one. Was the mirrors. It was so hard emotionally to not emotionally, but like it was hard to connect emotionally whilst also working with. If I open the mirror this much, we get Remsen, or we get Bishop, or we get Kelly and Sarah, or we miss my face, or the focus is out, and so we had to like. Literally, I had to put like an Advil bottle like behind the mirror thing to like read when I'm supposed to slam it shut because it can't be all the way because we'll lose this. And it was so many
That was
elements.
tough.
That was hard. And I gotta say,
Is
like,
this in the escape room?
no, it's
No.
it's later. It's
We can't.
I know. Oh, I remember. Oh my goodness.
it's
Love
really
that
hard.
scene.
It was really like technically really hard, but also on top of that, like to be aware of all of that and still emotionally like try to connect without getting too frustrated like a mirror. But that's why they're the coolest scenes to watch because they're like when other people do them, you're like, how?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's a line from either season that you think you'll always remember, Scarlett?
Got him.
I love that.
That was an improvised line. Sorry, you can come back to me, but I've been saying got him since that day.
Yeah, do you guys remember? It was in the trailer too.
It was in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's when I kicked down the
Death
door,
fall.
like the
In
pseudo
the
death drop
Death drop.
in
In
the
the
escape
escape
room. Got him.
Katie, Art?
Clearly, there's a shirt for it now. When we were reading the script for season 2, and I got to the scene where I get to say "Remember Bias Fly," I teared up because I was like so touched that like the 2 layers of like that someone was saying that on TV and that our 30,000 subscribers was going to get to hear someone say that and like have some by pride in a queer web series, and then on top of that for me as an actor who identifies that way to be able to be the one who says that was really, really meaningful for me.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a hilarious scene because Anna's amazing and Dylan is such a great character and she like grows so much in season 2. So
Yeah.
to like that line, I will remember it. I bought one of the T-shirts because I'm just so obsessed with that line.
I like that line too. I wrote that line.
Shoot
But
that.
yeah, it was very it was like emotional for me too because of the same reasons. It was just like, and watching you guys bring it to life was really, really cool. Yeah. All right, Anna, your favorite.
Mine's from season 1, and it's when B finds out that Gary and I or that I have a boyfriend.
Oh
And then I'm like, we're making salad.
That's it. I want a t-shirt that says we're making salad. Oh my god.
I would buy that t-shirt too.
Yeah, so ridiculous.
Mine is my to and from greeting to Ed every time. It's either hi Ed or come on in or bye Ed. Like it's so like hi Ed. I love greeting you, I guess.
There should be t-shirts for ones that all of our characters said.
Parker says hi from Minneapolis.
Yay!
Hi.
We miss you.
Does he live there now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope the move went well and you traveled safe and you're getting all settled.
I low-key followed your Instagram story the whole way because I was like, where are they?
I didn't. I missed it.
Good time.
Also, Remsen's in the watching too.
Is Ellie Big Belly a part of it?
Oh my god, Ellie Big Belly.
Remsen, tell Ellie that we said hello.
Ellie's there.
Claire Gillis asks, has the fame changed you?
Honestly, like
TBH. Not that we have fame, but Claire, you slay me. Hang on. TBH.
I'm so hood Hollywood couldn't change me. So
God. The increase in followers has made me more conscious about the content that I put on my story.
okay.
So know that it's all curated. All social media is curated.
By her
But-
publicity team.
But yeah, by my publicity team, me and my anxiety at night. Which I think in turn like makes me self-reflect in a really positive way. So yeah, the fame has changed me for the better.
That makes sense.
My thing is that so the other day I went to Six Flags and I was with a guy from my work and we rarely hang out, but he randomly put me in this Snapchat thing. And 2 seconds later, somebody was like, you know, she's on this huge LGBTQ themed web series on YouTube that's like amazing, right? You know her, right? You know, how do you know her?
That's so
And
funny.
for a second, my heart was like growing huge. And then like yesterday, I was talking to somebody and I was like, yeah, Gal Pals. And they're like, what's Gal Pals? I was like,
Right.
okay, my soul's crushed immediately. So
I was on set for another show.
kicks you down.
I was on set for another show one day, and the AD of our show was like, "Aren't you in that show called Gal Pals?" And I was like, "Oh my god, just
That's
watch
so
it."
whack.
Okay, but then Taylor, our assistant director for Gal Pals, is a PA on the other shows on, and I found out that Taylor told her about Gal Pals and then told her to gas me up like that. So it just brought me right back down. I was like so excited.
I've had authentic star recognition moments. Somebody from the Women's March recognized me as a teen. That was super cool.
What a place!
That was
Yeah.
really cool. That was really
That's
cool.
really cool.
And then I went to a book club and this girl was like looking at me and she's like, you look so familiar, trying to place me. And I was like, have we partied at the same place? And then she's like, you're on Gal Pals. I was like,
I think all of you guys have had like fan recognition moments except for me.
you had art created for you.
No, that's not.
True.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I haven't had that moment of like someone recognizing me.
Well,
So,
you
like,
now
How
have
often do you go outside?
all the time. The closest I've come is like getting a girl's number, and then the next day her text me and be like, "Oh, I recognize you now. You're on Gal Pals," and I'm like,
that counts.
But she didn't recognize me as like.
What
when I
time
met
was
her.
it?
Did you know what?
Late.
See that? And if it's any consolation, I was hanging out in Highland Park yesterday, and I was talking to somebody, and I thought I recognized them from this band that I used to love when I was in high school. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything because what if I'm wrong? And then
It's really
lo and behold, it was that person.
Mm.
And like, I think maybe some people like, not that we're fucking famous or anything, but just in general, like it's kind of weird to go up to somebody and be like, are you who I think you are?
I was wearing, one time I was at work, my day job, I'm an assistant at CBS Studios, and I was wearing my Gal Pal shirt with our season 1 shirt with Jeff Goldblum on it. And I was in the bathroom and I was walking out of the bathroom and this girl walked in and she goes, I like your shirt. And I was like, thanks. And I walked away and 10 seconds later I was like, wait, why? Like but it was like too late for me to like run back into the bathroom and just peeing and
I
being
would've
like,
been
all right,
knocked on the door.
I would have been, excuse me, what did you mean by that? Because I don't know if she just like was gay and liked a shirt that said Gal Pals on it, or she's just like a Jeff Goldblum fan.
It's Gal Pals and Jeff Goldblum because I wore my pins on a fanny pack one day at a bar and someone's like, Gal Pals, that's amazing. I was like, oh my goodness, you watched the show? And they're like, what show? Damn. And I was like, it's a web series, it's amazing, go watch it. I'm so embarrassed.
That's hilarious.
You're like, buckle up. Here it is.
So no, the thing has yet to change.
Yeah. We're not changing it all.
We're waiting for it to like, so we can go, we're humble about it.
Yeah.
But like,
Really, we're just embarrassing.
We're all
ourselves.
waiting for the free cheese
So much
sauce.
more than we ever anticipated at this point.
Well, you know, I feel like you guys would be recognized a lot more if we won a Streamy.
And you know how I can do it, or
How would
nominate
we
for
do
a
that,
streamy?
though?
How would we win a streaming?
You I've got some ideas.
Go to streamy.org.
Streamy.org/fans.
Fans, FANS, and you nominate Gal Pals
On the
for
World
streaming.
Wide Web
for
for
comedic
web
series.
Comedic series. Not just comedic
Yeah,
web series.
I mean,
Yeah, you guys
should
should do that.
You
So that I
should.
can get recognized in public. That's the only reason you should do it.
Could you imagine if we won a streamy because you nominated us?
That would be really
That'd be a great feeling.
It's like
Also,
sorry, I was just gonna say it's like it's one of the like most highest honors in web creation.
that is.
It's a really big freaking deal.
if
so
we're being real, if you
really
guys nominate,
appreciate your-
if we get chosen for streamies, that's going to be our web
We
series.
would get to go
put out
to
far
the
more.
Streamies Award.
And then
Yeah.
our series would be seen by so many more people, aka more content in the future. If you want a season 3,
we get funding for season 3.
We need funding.
We could
Yeah.
shoot in
We
London.
need love. We need more
We
watchers,
could
more
maybe
subscribers.
do
We
that.
need everybody to be
We could maybe
supporting us.
It would be really amazing.
Yeah, so seriously, go out there, nominate us, tell your friends to nominate us, even if they don't watch it. I know some of you have
Because they will watch
Yeah,
it.
then
Let's
tell
hear
your
it.
watch it.
Why are
Yeah.
your friends watching it?
Yeah. Tell your followers if any of you have
Yeah.
any followers. Tell your vet.
Tell your
Tell your
vet.
your local
Even if you don't have a pet, just watch it.
oncologist,
Excuse me.
ophthalmologist, gynecologist. Write it on the break room whiteboard and be like, this is my mom's thing.
That's what I did in school, you guys. I was in school last semester and I literally wrote my web series on a whiteboard for all of my classmates to do.
That's amazing.
Katie Studdard, in the comments right now, Claire wants me to tell you that your mom says, "Hi Claire, Mama Studdard loves you too. You are also one of the gals." She
Yes,
really wants you to know that.
Yeah.
She told you that.
Yes.
Yes.
My mom's like low key, like fascinated. How many people do we have watching?
We have 84 right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So welcome if you're just joining us.
Hi guys.
What's up?
Also, you can catch the rest of the stream. It will be posted on the channel after we are finished, so
Yeah.
you don't miss out on anything.
Next question. If you could have any queer star on Gal Pals, who would it be and why?
Ooh, this just one. Wow.
Just one.
Janelle Monáe.
Olivia's like hot older sister.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
That's my season 3 pitch.
Okay.
That's it. Season 3, Janelle Monáe.
Yeah.
Olivia's older sister.
Yes.
This is gonna be like a really niche one, but anybody who watches RuPaul's Drag Race, I would want Monet Exchange on because she's so witty,
Basically anyone with the name Monáe.
right? Oh yeah! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah! Yeah!
Monet the painter.
Yes. Also Monáe.
You know it.
Yeah, so Monet Exchange would be so fucking cool. She has the best style on RuPaul's season 10. So she could come do like what do you call that? A makeover. A makeover for Olivia's hand-me-down clothes.
Ooh.
Or Gal
makeover
Pals
montage. Any like good show needs a fun makeover montage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, where's
that's season
our
3.
rom-com makeover montage?
Yeah, season 3.
It's coming, guys.
In London.
makeover.
Ellen, okay, listen, I have this weird obsession with Ellen Page's fiance.
Who's on Page's
fiance?
She's this dancer. I've been
Dancer.
Literally,
Yeah.
I've been following her for like a year
She's
now.
incredible.
And all of a sudden I found out that she was engaged to Ellen Page.
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
like, you're amazing. Both of you. So I had them both on.
Wow. Maybe Jodie Foster because I love her.
Mm.
Well, I just respect
The dog or the I'm just kidding. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. No, like ever since like her early days on Tom Sawyer, I've always loved her. She plays Becky Thatcher. You didn't know that, like when she's a
On
child. No, Jodie Foster. She's also like, isn't she the baby on the Coppertone bottles? Like she's been around.
Who is
And
that?
Jodie
Jodie Foster with a
Foster.
baby on the Coppertone?
Yeah, with the little.
And that's not
Yeah, no, it is. Look it up. But she was like, I don't know, like growing up, I always really, really liked anything she was in. Panic Room's great. I hate that that's like my first example, but like in Silence of the Lambs, obviously. I just like that she's always been in the film industry. I would love to pick her brain. You know,
Mhm.
she's just.
Sarah, if you could have any queer guest star, who would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I was not prepared to answer the question.
Commercial.
Welcome to our
That's
life.
too bad.
That was a really bad answer.
Basically, right.
Let's see.
I just want to let everybody know you might see me like itching. It's because I'm really allergic to mosquitoes and I have like
You guys know that they're, like,
like so I'm not just like anxiety queen right now.
Someone says, I love Aya. Can we expect to see more of Aya throughout the rest of the season?
Yes, queen.
Girls.
Yes.
So we are also fans.
Yes, we can definitely expect to see more of Aya. She plays a big role in the next episode because that's the dinner episode. So yeah, her a lot of Teresa's talents are really showcased as an actor in that episode, especially since it was like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. when we were shooting that. So a big testament
So cool.
to her and everyone else who's on set that night. But yes, Aya's great. Teresa's amazing.
Teresa's
Like we said, we wish she could have been here tonight.
Yeah.
She's making that money. But yes, we can definitely see more of Aya, for sure. We're glad you love her.
Where did you guys shoot that?
It was at our friend Tanya's house. Not her house, but her,
It was
her
so
connection
cool.
to the house.
It was
What
yeah.
city
It
was it in?
was in just Silver Lake.
Silver Lake.
Is that the same house that was Aya's house?
No.
No.
We got some really cool locations.
Aya's house is stunning.
Aya's
It
house
was-
was our friend Bethany's house.
Decorated perfectly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Remsen, yes. Jeff Goldblum.
I don't.
Yeah, in the
see
comments,
that.
Remsen says cough Jeff Goldblum.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, maybe that's what he's talking about.
Maybe.
I don't think so, though. 'Cause I don't know if
Okay.
he knew that you were bringing it.
Well, he wants to see it.
Oh.
I just know it.
What?
So Anna's going to be modeling one of our merch sweatshirts that is available for purchase in our store. And it's the first time a lot of us are seeing it in person.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. I know, I got the green on very
Fashion
That's
show
a good
for the
thing.
fashion show.
Strut your
Fashion
stuff, girl. Yes, yes, yes. Work,
Look
work,
at
work.
that.
Yes.
But it's for sale in the merch store.
Yeah, it's
and-
amazing.
Along with many other.
They have this in black, burgundy, navy blue,
Wow.
and evergreen. Those are like collegiate
Everest.
colors.
I know. It looks, yeah,
Here
they
for
are.
MS
They're very
Green.
collegiate.
Can we also low key talk about how Remsen worked on a shoot that Jeff Goldblum was on?
And he wore gals.
No, he wanted to.
No.
I think he forgot. He forgot.
Should've
It's
worn
okay.
this.
We still love you, but like
And now he's best friends with Jeff.
so close.
So
Cosmic
Jeff Goldblum
universe.
is going to be on season 3.
He could, and you know, how would he find out about it?
Well, he'd find out about it
If we want
if we want to
Streamy!
see.
Oh!
Oh, wait. You could a streamy? What's a streamy?
What is it? Tell me more.
Streamy
Tell me
is
more.
a
only the internet's highest
prestigious-
honor.
prestigious It's an award award from the YouTube community, given to only the top quality content creators
And
that
you
can have the fans nominate them.
and you can nominate us if you go to streamies.org/fans. That's plural. Fans is plural.
FANS.
Nominate Gal Pals for comedic series.
Link in the comments.
Link is in the comments.
but I
Also,
already-
in the description. below.
Also, you guys can post. You can do that every day.
You can?
Until 27.
Every day.
Single day.
Whoa.
So do it and then wake up tomorrow and do it again.
And then have your best friend, your partner, your mom, your dad, anybody that is in the same room as you.
Really,
message
anybody
you.
who has an email address.
have them nominate us as well.
After they watch our YouTube web series.
No, they don't even have to watch it. You could just nominate us, and then they could watch it. Then
I
they
want
watch
this
it.
to be true. I want them to love us. And I'll
What's your morning routine? I wash my face, eat my oatmeal, and nominate Gal Pals. Like it's
true.
That's mine.
And then we win the STREAMY award, and then we visit London.
With Jeff
Do you see
Goldblum.
how this progresses?
Do you guys see where this is going? You get what's happening here.
Let's see. What are your favorite colors? That's such like a
Green.
cute question.
Purple, red.
Teal.
That's actually like an amazing color combination. Green, purple, red, teal.
My car is lime green.
It is. My car is red.
And
Cherry.
it's
red too.
Pinot, like jalapeno.
Great.
My car's name is Cherry. No. My car's name is Sherry, but all her friends call her Cherry. It's a line from The Outsiders.
Your car's friend.
I literally did a whole Snapchat like story
Zoom
where I
tight.
played a girl who's like that little filter that your face turns into a cherry.
I don't
And I was like, my name's Sherry, literally, that's Sherry. I didn't know. Did I like steal that from somebody?
Well, in The Outsiders, like Ponyboy's love interest, her name is Sherry, but she tells him all her friends call her Cherry, and she has red hair.
Cute.
And then she turns into my car.
Cute. Oh, wow.
That was
Um,
twist.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, this is a really important question.
Uh-oh.
Will this season or any season end in a karaoke dance number like in Shrek or Shrek 2?
How did you know?
I'm trying to
Listen,
get
you
everybody
guys.
on board for the musical edition
Listen,
of Gal
you
Pals.
guys.
I will give you an answer. The answer is yes if we win the STREAMY award. That's it.
Yes. That's. Listen, you guys. You have no idea how much we want this to happen.
If you've seen Don't Talk About My Tits, you know that we can bring you quality musical content.
Everyone on the cast has like a very like musical quality about them, so it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. That's all I'm
Also,
gonna say.
specifically karaoke is much.
That's pretty reasonable. It's an art.
Karaoke is my jam. I don't do it well, but my performance.
That's the only way to do
Always
it.
get the same
Is
way.
not
Actually,
well.
I
Last
always
year-
have people want me to go back up.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I Touch Myself by the Divinals.
Yes,
We were witness to
we
that.
Katie's birthday party last year.
I do karaoke for my birthday every year, and 2 years ago, most of the Gal Pals made it, and we all got to witness Scarlett doing "I Touch Myself," and it was
I saw it through Snapchat.
life changing.
That's probably like the best rendition.
My go-to is "White Rabbit" by Jefferson Airplane.
Nice.
Nice.
I have two. Well, I have two.
Okay.
I can't think of the name of it. And I am telling you.
I've never heard that song before. Keep
Go
going.
on. Wait.
It's Whitney Houston, right?
It's
Keep
from
going. I'm not sure. Can you-
Dreamgirls. It's from
Yeah, I
Dreamgirls.
was
Yeah.
like, is it?
Do you have
Yeah,
the
it's
microphone?
No. There's that and then Bitch Better Have My Money.
I do that on karaoke too. Oh my god. Can we do a duo someday?
But I also do love on the brain.
Oh yeah, Love on the Brain.
I also have a
It's
great rendition of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And I do it as an
Oh.
8-year-old, a 10-year-old, and like a 17-year-old woman. And it's all.
You're an actress. It's
Yeah.
like
Wow.
That's good. That's nice.
That's a lot.
Maroon 5 songs about Jane, the whole album. I will do anything from that. Pretty much
Great album.
any song from 2005. Like prime year. Like also Britney. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
What about 2005, Britney?
I mean, like any song in 2005 or Britney.
I know. I was thinking.
everybody should keep a list of songs that they should sing at karaoke, because when you actually get to the karaoke spot, it's like blank.
Yeah,
for me.
I have a
I
playlist on my Spotify.
literally practice before I
Same.
show up.
Same.
The 3 songs I'm gonna do.
Same.
So
I have
every
a
time I show
firm
up, my
belief
voice
that it
is
should
shot.
be. It should
'Cause
be.
I have
better.
no vocal
So
support.
why would you wear it on my birthday?
I'm
But there's like
very
good
bad.
that, and then there's like
money.
cringe bad.
And it was
Well, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
I would
drunk.
enjoy cringe.
I did
you know.
that, and I
Or like
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
know.
Doesn't know
What's
the
the
word.
Okay.
most
Where's that?
stereotypical LA thing we do in real life?
Like each of us does.
Oh,
Yeah.
I fucking love to sit and picnic at Echo Park Lake. That's my jam.
I love Echo Park.
That is my jammy jam.
I
Haven't done it this summer. No, well, I did it back in April. But what's our most LA thing that we like to do? I love
Stereotypical LA
Park
thing
Lake.
that we all do.
But what?
I carry a Fiji water bottle with me around everywhere I go.
talk
that's
about
pretty LA.
mine would be talk about going to the beach all the time and then never going,
Never.
or talk about getting together for brunch and then never doing it.
Yes, that.
2 things. I went vegan, so that's.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm not vegan right now, but I'll probably be vegan again because I live in LA. And then 2 is, I hate to say this because I'm from the Midwest and I feel like I try to fight as much as I can, but people in LA are flaky, and I feel like sometimes I'm a little flaky. Because
It's
of
the
it.
traffic.
You're like,
I'll be there, and then that's 100% true. But I think it's entirely due to the.
I really
distance.
fight it, but every once in
I
a
think it's
while.
also the fact that we can talk to each other without looking at each other, like looking each other in the eye, because we can just text each other and be like, sorry, I'm sick, I can't make it, whether we're like actually sick or just like sick of human contact, which is
I'm
just as
sick.
legitimate.
Honestly.
You know what? Scratch that. I don't do it. I pretty much tell people if I'm not coming. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I'm not coming.
you're blunt.
Mine
Yeah.
would be that I like juice a lot, like juice shots.
Capri Sun.
And Capri Sun. That's not.
Don't let her
anything.
fool you when she says
But-
juice. Like, it's Capri Sun.
Exactly. By juice.
That's the best kind of juice.
That's amazing.
That in high
Oh,
C.
I don't know if I'm like showing
Oh.
Hello. Hi Taylor. Taylor's in the comments.
Hi,
Taylor.
Ooh, have any of y'all ever been rejected?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Sarah rejected me, you guys.
Taylor.
For those of us just joining us, Sarah and I are not only the creators and writers of Gal Pals, but we're also real life Gal Pals. But she rejected me at first.
How did you do it?
What?
How did you reject her?
Yeah, tell us the story.
Someone
Hello,
else.
Sarah.
Moms, tell us the story again.
Oh
Like I didn't really want to be friends with you.
No.
That's even worse.
Next question.
No, like sophomore year, our friend class, we had a class together, and I was just like, I did not want to be friends with you. I did not want to be friends, but I was just like, I have other friends in the class. I'm going to talk to you.
Oh my
You
God.
also rejected me later too. But that's a story for another time. But all that matters is that we're going on 3 years
Yes.
and counting.
Warms my heart.
Yeah, it's cute.
Any astrology hoes out there?
Yeah, but also
Those two.
Katie will literally text me and be like, "Hey, does this make sense? Because it totally makes sense to me." And then I'm just like, "Yeah, it does."
we had a whole conversation. I had a whole conversation with someone on Instagram the other day about what the sun and rising signs were for all of the characters. And I was like, we had like an in-depth conversation about like, well, B is like this, so maybe this is her. We decided
I think she's an Aquarius.
we decided you were an Aquarius, but probably on the Pisces cusp.
But nothing is canon until we say so. It's
True.
all speculation.
None of this-
Olivia is a Scorpio.
That is the only thing that is canon. Is
Olivia
Olivia is a Scorpio.
And I was, as I was talking to her about this, I was like, let me run this all by Scarlett, and I'll get back to you.
And then the other like funny story. So my friend was telling me about this app called CoStar, and it's an astrology app. And the first person I texted to like add as my friend was Katie, and I was like, dude, you got to download this app. It like gives you your birth chart, and it like shows you your compatibility with like your friends and like lovers. And then she was like, I can't download it. I have an Android.
So if there are any, if there's any app developers out there who work for the app called CoStar, stop being freaking lazy and make it Android
That's
compatible.
fine. Androids are better anyway. I'm sure someone else is creating something far better than whatever the iPhone can handle.
Whatever.
Probably.
Whatever.
If there are any astrology hoes in watching right now, I recommend 2 books. The first is Sextrology, and the second is the only book on astrology you'll ever need, which is misleading because I just gave you another recommendation.
What's your sign, everyone?
I
I'm a Gemini sun, Sagittarius rising, Leo moon.
Oh,
Leo.
Oh God, and my Venus and Mercury are both in Cancer.
Ah.
I'm just emotional.
I am a Pisces sun, a Virgo rising, and a Capricorn moon. So I'm a disaster.
I'm a Scorpio and the year of the cock.
I'm
a
a Virgo in the year of the ram.
I'm here of the horse.
You know what's really funny though, you guys? I
You're the
literally
doggy.
used to be obsessed with horoscopes. And then I was like, so much so that when I was 17, I was like, when I turned 18, I'm getting a Virgo tattoo.
Nice.
And then I was like, no. I was obsessed with reading it every single day, and I was like, oh, and then I was like, this is just too much. I really just,
no. There's
I mean,
still a lot
that
there.
we're like 80% water. We're probably linked to the moons and all this stuff or whatever, but it was just like too much. I'm obsessed with Enneagram. If you guys want to talk about that, you don't need a book. Just message me on Instagram.
What are your favorite superheroes?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh my goodness.
Like done. Like and end scene.
Black Panther. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Deadpool's funny.
I love
Deadpool's great.
Deadpool.
Iron Man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like Batman or Superman.
Big
They're just
Marvel
annoying. Yeah,
fans
huge Marvel fan.
in this house.
I'm not like
In this
super
family.
into the superhero world, but everybody loves the Powerpuff Girls, and so do I. Buttercup.
Those are a great answers.
Powerpuff Girls.
Which Powerpuff girl are you?
Buttercup.
I think by default, appearance-wise, I'm Buttercup, but I think in my heart, I'm a Blossom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You could boss the hell out of me.
Blossom is bossy, right?
Yeah. I always thought I was somewhere between Bubbles and Buttercup. Bubbles.
I can
You're
see that.
Bubbles.
I can see you as a Bubbles.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Bubbles, but I don't
yeah.
know
Not
what I am.
everyone. Bubbles was the worst. Everybody knows that.
Oh, she's not the worst. She's the
Yeah,
cutest.
it's a bubble.
She hasn't like got away with like
Oh
some of
wait,
those.
I meant the green one. Who's the green one?
Buttercup.
Okay, Buttercup.
But I think she's got hints of Bubbles.
No,
I can see it.
Katie's not like Buttercup is
literally
so
the name
aggressive.
Bubbles. I just think of like a little
That's why
kid
it's a
staring at
mix.
Bubbles and being like, Bubbles.
Listen. I'm a Buttercup son, but a Bubbles wife.
Okay, I'm back to the original question, which is superheroes. Black Panther is literally, you guys, go watch that movie. It's epic.
My favorite superhero is wait, I had an answer and then it just slipped my mind. Shoot. Never mind. I'd pass. I have like
Or Totally Spies. Does anybody remember Totally Spies?
Yeah.
Do they count as superheroes?
Yeah, I mean anything could. My dad or my mom could count as like a superhero.
no, they could be heroes, but a superhero has superpowers.
I don't know.
Come on, Katie.
Or were there
Okay.
superheroes in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, or were they just super villains, super X's?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you have a favorite?
No, not really.
Just a general question.
Ooh, that's a good question from Parker, none other than Gary himself.
Oh my god.
What decade would you most enjoy shooting an episode of Gal Pals in? Like Gal Pals in another decade.
The
Yeah,
80s.
time
Yeah,
travel.
Gal time travel.
80s would be
20s.
really funny.
Flappers. We'd all be flappers. It'd be so cool.
I would personally like
In
60s.
Chicago.
I love the 60s.
Prohibition.
Any other decade would be difficult for a bunch of queer women.
I
Let's be
think
real.
if we all woke up in 50s house dresses and were like, what the hell? Like that would be really funny, and we had to like go against all like the sexist stereotyping that went on in like America.
You know,
Fighting
we could
or-
take Gal Pals to that universe if we had some sort of money from winning like an award.
How would we get
How
that?
do we do that?
Well, I know that you can nominate us for a STREAMY award.
That's a great idea.
That's a
We should do
but
that.
I already did.
But you
But
can
that's
do it
good.
every day.
Every single day. Every day until the 27th. Until the 27th. And those links are posted
And then you
in the
just reach
comments
out.
and in the description. Let Scarlett like just try to do it for herself, just like amp herself up, and all of it's just not.
Streamies.org/fans.
Fans, plural.
This
Community
is
web series. Go
a
on.
question for Sarah and I. What's the most difficult part of filming on a small budget?
Ooh, great question.
The lack of money.
Yeah, I mean, anything's hard to do without. I mean, it's obviously doable because we did it and stuff, but I mean, everything's a little more difficult when you don't have like money that you need, like living or etc. Whatever.
Right.
So therefore, making a web series at the caliber that we wanted to make it at, it was difficult just because we didn't have a ton of money to shoot to like put towards like a really really great fancy camera or like a full crew of people. Like there's no art department, there's no production designer, there's no costume costumer per day, there's no makeup art person. Like it's very bare bones. So with without those roles, it makes it more difficult for us because we
Yeah.
have to kind of take on those roles.
Yeah, I'd say the most difficult part is that it's a very do-it-all-yourself type thing, which is also kind of cool and kind of, it forces you to be really creative and getting the shot in ways that you might not think are possible. Thank you, Remsen. Yeah, but it's totally doable. And there were a couple other questions like, where do I start if I want to make a web series? Just do it. Start with the story. The simpler, the better. And honestly, just do it. Like, we need queer representation. Obviously, you guys know that. So get it out there.
I was still thinking about the Superman question. I sorry.
Well, what is it?
Wolverine!
Wolverine.
Oh,
yes,
that's
you guys.
nice. X-Men. Oh my goodness.
I will
so
say-
amazing.
I will say I don't think I have a favorite superhero, but my favorite superhero movie ever was Logan.
That was so insane. There was such like Leon the Professional vibes that I was like jumping in my seat.
Oh, there
I'm gonna be real. That was my least favorite Wolverine movie.
Wow. Okay. That's fine.
And it's fine. The
I don't know if we can
critics disagree, but like whatever.
That's fine.
Me and Anna's friendship just ended, so that's cool.
All right.
Live on YouTube.
What if you could film in any country besides America? What country would it be? Gal Pals takes
The Bahamas, Canada, so we can be with Elsa.
Oh, that is sweet.
Damn, that's famous congeniality.
And just like over here rolling her eyes, like, duh, am I the only one with a
All
heart
these
over
selfish
here?
people are gonna choose like
I was gonna say Canada because then we get free healthcare,
what? Oh, do you get to have snacks from Morgan? I think she meant when Sarah and I were talking about having no money. Yes, we all had
No.
snacks.
Always, especially if you can't pay actors and crew, you must be able to feed them at least one meal and provide some kind of snacks on set. I have heard of many sets that
Horror
don't do that.
stories.
They don't even
it's
provide like
weird.
anything, and I just am shocked by that. And maybe that's something we just that was like ingrained in our brains when we went to school.
Mhm.
But always make sure you give them a hot meal and some kind of snacks and water and stuff. And
Water.
Oh, definitely water.
again, especially if you're not paying them.
Yeah,
If
so
you
if
need
you're
energy.
interested in filmmaking at all, that's good advice.
Yeah, I mean, you can get like inexpensive things. Like, I mean, you can just go to Costco, or like, and I can't go to Costco. They're just getting like, even just like dumb
Make
off-brand,
some
store
things
brand
yourself.
stuff. Anything helps. Anything is better than nothing.
Not only is it just like a nice thing to do, but also like it's everybody's working, especially your crew are working really, really long hours, and you're constantly going, especially on these sets where you're having to take so many roles on yourself. So like you can like forget to eat if you don't like set time aside or like have the snacks available.
If you're holding equipment and
It
it's
also
hot.
just shows like a level of professionalism too.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have snacks, you're coming off one, really selfish, and two, like you've never done this before. Which isn't a bad thing, but it just reads a certain way.
It's just like like being on a set, no matter what capacity you're in, is so much more physical exertion than you ever think it's going to be. Even if you're filming a scene where you're just sitting talking to each other, the amount of like focus on your body that goes into it and everything is like it can be really like mentally exhausting, and so you just got to keep your actors fed to make sure they can do their job.
Well, and just like the crew, like as an actor, I always like pack my own snacks because like I have room to pack, but other people in the crew and like behind the camera are like lugging equipment, and so they can't like pack a lunch, like they don't have room in their car. They don't have,
But all
So-
of that to say, it's not because we're divas and like give me gummy bears or I'm not coming
No,
to your set. It's like
no.
just have granola bars so that
So you
if
have
we
energy
were
to perform.
yeah,
Gummy
if
bears
we were
are good.
running out of the house because we spend an hour doing our makeup before we got to set, and we can get set and be like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten. I need energy to do this scene today.
Also, along with that, what was your favorite set meal from season 2?
Ooh.
we went to
If you
Mendocino
remember.
Farms.
I was gonna say Mendocino Farms.
Holy shit,
That's
I
a-
love Mendo.
I was vegan. I got that vegan,
Yeah.
like it's a delicious sandwich.
love
I love
Mendo.
sandwiches. Wait, also I was gonna say this. If you guys are starting web series or whatever and you're feeding your people, if you want them to have energy at the end of the day, don't just feed them candy.
Yeah. No.
It goes a long way when there's a little set of bananas
Yeah.
and tangerines. I'm just saying, like a little bit of fruit, like puts pep in your step. It's like step
And don't spend money on that kind of stuff either. Like,
Yeah.
save your money by getting stuff like bananas and stuff.
Yeah, I have an apple. I always have an apple.
Also, unrelated to food, but to creating content, there are web series now that are on Instagram that only run for like the duration of a post, or like, so it's like a minute long. And I've watched like 2 different series now that release episodes every day, but cumulatively, it's probably something that is only 20 minutes long, but they release it every day. So there's like 20 episodes. So you don't have to aim for an 8 to 15 minute long web series episode. You could literally shoot for a minute or a minute and 30 seconds.
Who are some of your inspirations from the LGBTQ community, like actors, people in the public eye?
Janelle Monáe has been a huge inspiration. Not only because of her recent coming out, although I thought it was the raddest way you could possibly come out as a public figure. Like because the whole Rolling Stones article was just beautiful. I thought Rolling Stones did a really respectful job of just making it part of her story and part of her identity that she was coming into in that article. But also just as a performer, to be someone who is just so herself in everything that she does, in both as an actor, producer, and as a musician. Like everything she does is just a part of her, and that's the kind of artist and performer that I want to be.
For me personally, Sarah Paulson. I just think she's awesome, and she's been, like, she advocates for roles that have depth to them, and I don't know, she's hot.
No, that's definitely mine. It's and like taking out everything. I mean, taking out gender, taking out sexuality, taking out everything as a human being.
Yeah.
Not only is she amazing at what she does, not only is she captivating to watch as a human that goes through emotions, but she just has an ounce of class. This not even an ounce. She has a plethora of class, and it's like it's inspiring. It is. It's awesome.
I feel like I never know who's gay and who's not.
Well, who's a big inspiration for you?
That's what I'm saying, though. I like when I found out that Sarah Paulson was like, great. I mean, who cares? She's amazing.
Who's, just in general.
Just who's
and then
in
we'll
it.
tell you if they are.
We'll let you know.
I don't freaking know.
Anna's not inspired by anything or
Well,
anyone.
do you want a second to think? Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Somebody who I've been like really keeping tabs on is India Moore.
Oh yeah.
So I pose.
I just realized who she was.
Yeah.
I watched her music video forever ago, and then I saw an article and it like connected with that. So.
Yeah. So for those of you who have not seen Pose yet, Pose is Ryan Murphy, also Sarah Paulson. Ryan Murphy from American Horror Story has this new series out called Pose. It's incredible. I'm really behind on the episodes, but India Moore is a trans actress, and there are lots of trans actresses on the show. And she's really outspoken and is like calling out to the industry to give trans actors not only like the roles that they're entitled to play, they're entitled to tell the trans stories, not cis het people. Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson actually stepped down. She dropped out because she realized that she was going to get real clocked. But her and the other woman who like they play like they're like in the same like house or whatever in the show. They're both speaking about like, well, why does the only stories that we have to tell have to revolve around like the struggles of being trans versus like what it's like to live a fully complex human life. Right. So I really like that, which is like totally true for like all queer, gay.
I have to watch
people.
this.
It's really good. It's really good.
On that note, I have to add Jamie Clayton to my list for that same reason. She recently came out with an interview that was like, she loves playing Naomi on Sense8, who is a trans woman and a lesbian, but she wants love that show. But she was like, I want to see a trans woman who like has a husband and children and like lives a normal life.
Yeah,
And,
or
like,
it's not just tragic.
yeah,
That's like a big thing.
yeah.
Also, Paula Pell is an inspiration to me too. She's a writer. She was on SNL, wrote for SNL, and wrote just funny movies like Sisters with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. So, and she's been out for a while. So just like writing wise, definitely inspired by her.
That's awesome.
If you had to describe your character with one song, what would it be?
What a great question. Oh, fun.
Dang it, that's like a really good question.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
That's a really good one.
You two inspire me.
Oh
my God.
I was thinking about it. I was like,
Stop.
I'm sorry, you got a little brown on that nose over there.
it's not. It's real.
Whoa!
She's
Someone wants
like,
more screen
you're
time.
like, she's saying all the like nicest, sweetest things.
Yeah,
Like,
God,
like,
nice
the most
child.
nonchalant-
Okay,
the
but
most
even
nonchalant-
like,
Oh, you guys-
well, I mean, the same thing. I literally didn't even know you guys were gay.
That's so true.
I was the
I
last
also
person to
didn't.
find out. Because
Well, I know.
I was the last
I think
person.
I knew that you were gay. I just didn't know you were
You
dating.
Dating,
Yeah.
they were dating.
I didn't know they
for
were
the first
dating. I
couple
didn't know anything.
But
I know.
you also don't walk down the street going, "Well, they're straight." You know what I mean? Like you don't. Pay attention.
I just go. There's a bunch of humans.
Yeah, you don't really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
wear
think it's like,
goggles. I
like,
literally do.
I think I do walk through life.
No,
Personally,
Yeah,
I
I do
like
too.
So I think I literally
No, I
working as a
don't.
waitress has ruined me. Everyone around me is like, this race is gonna do this, what, and I was like,
I
really,
hate that.
everyone is the worst. You can't assume anything
Yeah,
about anybody.
Nobody wants to tip you. Like
And I grew up in the dance world, so I feel like I was around gay people all the time, but it was just they're just dancers.
yeah.
So it's like literally I grew up since I was 3 dancing, so it was just.
are we
I don't
going
know.
to see? Sorry.
Wait, we didn't answer the song, and I have my song.
Oh, what's the song?
All the Things She Said by Tattoo.
Oh,
wow.
I don't have one.
A great answer. I'm gonna think about this for a really long time.
We'll come back to it.
Because Olivia can extrapolate that to beyond like having a crush on somebody. Just like
Are
obsessed with
we
things.
going to see Edison's friend Maddie again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you are, because Maddie is helping me through a time when I need some help. So she sticks around.
Well, should we see her in season 3? Because it's gonna cost a lot to fly her from Canada.
That's right, Katie. You bring up a great point.
Like,
You bring up a
where
great
are we
point.
gonna get the
All
money?
that money.
I have an idea. What if we won or were nominated for a STREAMY award?
What's a STREAMY award?
A STREAMY award. It's only the highest honor. And this is so
It sounds. It is only the highest honor in web creation, though, because
It really
YouTube.
It's a pretty high honor.
It's a pretty high
It's
honor.
up there.
But if you feel like nominating us so that way we can garner more attention and maybe in the future more finances for
Make
production,
more
longer episodes, you can help us out by nominating us for a STREAMY at streamys.org/fans.
Yeah.
If you guys have already voted today, can you put a heart in the comment list so we can feel your love?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, we want to feel that.
But also, we want your vote.
Infomercial.
Right. We want your vote though. Like we want to know that like you guys like you know we care about you guys so much and it
Look at
we're-
all the
we're
hearts.
honored.
Oh, thank you for the heart.
Thank you guys.
Wow, thanks,
I just
guys.
laughed. I have a question though about the whole STREAMY process.
Yes.
After we receive the official nomination, who does it go off to? Does it go off to the fans, or then does it go off to like the highest
No, I
council
think
members?
it's-
I think it's a panel. I don't think it's.
I think it's a committee.
Yeah, it's
Much like the Emmys or
because only one of the nominations is fan nominated.
Yay, heart.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only one of the nominations is fan nominated.
Per categories that you can
So-
fan nominate.
Wow.
So there's like the official nominations and then there's an extra nomination.
Whoever has the most fan nominations.
Wow.
They're not all fan nominated. No.
Gotcha. You guys, this is tougher than we thought. You gotta vote.
You have to vote.
So just because I
So
was
now
really
I
slow
get
to
it.
understand
Everyone
that.
votes every day.
But look at all those hearts.
It's so there's like 4.
There are five
Five?
official selections, 5 official nominations, and one of the 5 is a fan nomination. And the fan nomination is the one who has the most
So that's what you guys are voting for right now. Or there are
Securing our
there-
spot.
there are
Our
four
one
there
spot.
are 4 official nominations, and then there's like an open 5th position that you guys can nominate us for.
Because the stream is just all about, like a big part of like content creation is like the fans and stuff. So they wanted to give an opportunity
Give a voice.
for
So
So
there's
that's that one thing.
there's 4 that were like picked by a committee, but you can vote as
How do we
to
know
be
that we're not?
nomination.
I mean, we might be.
We might be.
But that does not mean that you
Vote. You are the
So-
committee.
you are the committee.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
that would be really freaking incredible. Thank you guys for all the hearts. That's really, really cool.
That is really great. That makes me feel.
them in our hearts.
Yeah. Feel the love.
You got that song yet?
No, I mean I'm gonna like come back to it like another day. Like 3 weeks.
Okay.
Like 3 weeks from now, I'm gonna be in the shower and I'm gonna be like, I got it, and then I'm gonna post it on my Instagram or something.
Okay, so look out for that, guys.
Yeah.
You should follow us on Instagram, by the way. We post a lot of fun content there. That's not
At
posted
Gal
in
Pals
place.
Series.
Yes.
At Gal Pals Series. You can also follow our individual Instagrams accounts.
Mm-hmm. What are
I'm-
they?
I'm Scarlett Red. SKARLETTREDD.
Oh my goodness, that sounds.
I give motivational speeches.
Maybe
Late
the
night.
middle by Jimmy Eat World.
Okay, I can see that.
She's always like in the middle.
He's a Jimmy Eat World fan too.
Yeah,
She
I
is.
get that.
What's your Instagram?
What, my B's Instagram?
No, your
No,
Instagram.
yours. Hers is at Dexter Dog.
Oh, yeah, Dexter Doggy 3.0.
Why? I've always wanted to ask you.
So when I was younger and AIM was still a thing, AIM, my parents let me get one, and my dad was like, "Well, I'll give you a name, okay? I'll set up your account." He's like Mr. like computer guy, and so I was like, okay. So my dog at the time, his name is Dexter. Rest in peace. He's the best thing ever. And then so he Dexter, and then Doggy is like this little plush dog that I grew up like carrying around. He's like my blankie, you know. So he's Dexter Doggy, and then out of the Stoddards, which is my family, there's 3 kids, me and my 2 brothers. She's like Dexter Doggy 3. That way, important. Like you'll remember it all. And that was my AIM name. And so then when I moved to LA, I figured I'm gonna start fresh. I'm gonna be the 2.0 version. But since it was already Dexter Doggy 3, it's Dexter Doggy 3.0 because I'm like new and improved. Myself, new me, new life.
That's so cute.
That was the best
That is
answer.
really cute.
We should also give out our AIM handles if you guys remember.
My original AIM handle was KTDID, so Katie did, but spelled with K and T, and then 319 because my birthday is March 19th. It's actually not that embarrassing.
No, it's cute.
My Instagram
I
is
wish it was more.
Anna Elaine Wyatt, and then my AIM name is I am loser 17.
I feel like we all had a friend with I am loser.
It's not I am
I know I
AIM,
did.
It's I am loser.
That's great.
That's amazing.
Mine was Sweet Angel 94.
It
So
would be.
Scarlett.
It would be.
Which
Yeah.
actually, if I'm remembering correctly, might have been like a computer generated one. But then I had to throw in the 94 because that was my birth year and like every other thing was taken. Like Sweet Angel and Sweet Angel 1.
Yeah.
Sweet Angel like 1 through 93 were taken.
I wish mine had been more embarrassing. My little brother's was Lego Maniac, and then my older brother's was Poltergeist.
Oh my goodness.
My legal last name was Polter.
Oh,
So it was spelled. Yeah, that's a little insider fan info for you.
Real talk, how many of you that are watching that are fans don't even know what AIM?
Right?
Oh yeah, this might be way before your
True
time.
life.
Did you ever have to log into AOL and have to listen to the dial-up?
Yeah, that's gonna be my next
You should sample that in the next song.
What were your names? What were your screen names?
Oh god, mine were horrible. It was like
You knew you had more than one.
I was like really seen, so there's one that was like catastrophe with like K's. You know what I mean?
love
Oh
that.
my
It's really messed up, guys.
Did you have bangs that looked like this?
Oh,
She sure did.
No, I did.
Yes.
The thickest eyeliner.
I can show you guys pics later.
No.
How was showering with that hair? Like, did it dry weird?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sarah, what were your
Mine was,
I can actually picture seeing Callie. Right
Oh, it's really easy to
Don't,
picture.
because then you'll look at me and that's all you can see.
Mine was just, well, it wasn't like, well, I don't know. Mine was DC State B-ball Thank you. 2022. DC stood for Disney Channel.
Yes!
State stood for like Michigan State because I was the starter.
baby.
And then Duval for basketball. And then just
Oh
some
my
random numbers. They
so
had
cool.
zero meaning
That's
whatsoever.
adorable.
Channel.
Channel. Wait, let's all do the thing.
Dun 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 dun.
And with
You're
that,
watching Gal Pals.
I think that ends. That
Yeah,
concludes-
one very last question, you guys. When is the next episode?
Not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow.
So I believe that's the 25th.
Wednesday, July 25th.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the next episode. We're so sorry we don't have.
You know
one for
how you could
tomorrow.
find out when the next episode is by subscribing to our YouTube channel.
And
Yes.
following us on Instagram.
And you know
Twitter.
what? There's also not only if you subscribe, but if you click the little bell icon, that will notify you. as
Notification
soon as we
squad.
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can be part of the cool notification
We
squad.
are the first people that comment.
Yeah.
And we read all of the comments.
Oh yeah.
Multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
We dissect them.
We laugh at
lie
them.
awake at night.
We cry
thinking
at
about
them.
I
cry.
do. We cry about them
Yeah.
when they're mean.
And some of them are like really funny.
But
Like, these
honestly,
are hilarious.
we
Most
build
you guys love
castles over them.
Yeah, it's true.
No,
I
my
bet
castle, my hater castle, for anybody who knows what we're talking about, if you saw my macaroni castle, has nothing to do with the comments. And everything to do with everything
It's
else.
just when you're in mood.
Scarlett just lives in a castle.
Yeah, I'm a petty bitch. I'm a solitary pet. And I built a castle out of macaroni and cheese called Hater Castle.
It was delicious.
Okay, okay, we're getting
So vote for us for the Streamies.
Yeah.
Please and thank you. And let's sign off with the Disney Channel Mickey ears. Someone requested that. Okay.
Okay, from us gals to you pals.
You're watching
Thank
YouTube.
you.
You're watching.
Yay.
Yay.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you for
Why did
joining
we just
us.
say
We
that?
love you. Mwah.
Follow our dog's Instagram.
Your Dogstagram.
Dogstagram.
You guys, the dogs were so much in the beginning.
I know.
They were
They tired us all out.
Yeah, they were so extra.